sorry. And I'm telling you, he backed up. And I laughed at because I'm like, I know that, you know, the potential is always there if we're not paying attention and we're not seeing, because it's other people's stuff, not ours. But I feel totally protected, and they will come to your aid. So trust your gut. Thank you so much, Funks, for coming in. And so, you know, your gut is where you get that information from. Your gut, it's from a higher perspective. And the problem is that we a lot of times discount it because we think, oh, it's just a random thought, and yeah, maybe I'll do that, maybe I won't do that. And so that could actually be another way to help you develop your intuition. I get information all the time, and sometimes I go, huh, and I'll just write it down because at the time it doesn't seem to make sense to me, or it goes against my ego mind, and I'll be like, yeah, I don't know about that. We'll sit on that for a minute. But you know, and that's also my testing, if you will, even though I don't like to use that term, but it always manifests, and I'm just like, okay, I won't question you. But you know, we do, it's part of being human and that ego self. So we always have to try to keep our ego in check. So here's another thing that really helps you build your intuitiveness is symbols. So I find this so interesting when there's symbols in your life. So say, for example, and people that are developing this are really clued into the symbols, okay? So it could be that you think to yourself, man, I'm really hungry. Thanks for coming back, Queen Zen. So you may think, thank you for the hearts. That's awesome. So you might think, I'm really hungry. I have no idea what to eat. What should I do? Which restaurant should I go to? To me, I don't know. That happens all the time. So what I do is I pay attention because the universe will conspire to help you in any way that it can. So when I do that, I put it out to the universe. I'm like, please give me nutrition to my highest, because if not, I'm probably going to make a bad choice here, and I don't want to. And so you figure this out for me. I want something healthy and quick and easy. And all of a sudden, my Facebook page will blow up with these fantastic recipes. I'll hear somebody overhear somebody talking about a restaurant, and I'm just like, wow. If you're not tuned in, you miss it. But if you pay attention, they'll bring it. They will bring it. But it may not be how you think, you know? It really may not be how you think at all. And you have to be open to taking those little suggestions and those little hints. Other than beating me up over the head to do something, you know, I pay attention to the little signs that are going on. And it can be no matter what the topic is. Look at those hearts. Woo! You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining back in. And then, now let me ask if anybody, so we went through 4 tips. 1 is your gut reaction. 2, thank you so much. 2 is to feel out the situation, that's psychomotorizing. And 3 was my favorite, meditate. And 4 is symbols that are going on in your life. So if you put all those together, what do you think number 5 would be? How do you receive information? Thank you so much for sharing. If you're not following me, please click down here on the little guy that the hearts are coming out. Swipe to the right or up and down for the Android and see all the followers. And you can share it right from there. Or you can hit to follow me from there. You got it. Dreams. Thank you, Chris. That's awesome. Dreams are such a magnificent way that Spirit uses to bring information that you may or may not in your conscious mind take that. So if you begin what I call a dream journal, and the best way to kind of utilize this, someone meditates, oh, she always has and had a sixth sense about things. That's amazing. That is fantastic. You know, and encourage her to a dream journal as well. And hey, Sierra Zen, thank you so much for coming in. So, you know, when they're little, it's really great because you can help assist them in documenting their thoughts and then the reactions that are happening out here in the universe. They ask for something, how does it come to them? And then document this, because if you're not documenting, we all forget. So if you really just kind of try to log things, and then if you go back and you look at it, then that helps you decide, number 1, how you're receiving information. Thank you so much for the tweet and sharing that with your followers. So it helps you trend out. Does she see things in her mind's eye? Is she hearing things? Is she just get that knowingness of things? Is she getting deep feeling and emotion from it? How, you know, does she smell stuff? What psychic abilities is she more dominant in? Oh, so yes, children can be susceptible to negative spirits. And I don't like to say it's negative spirits, it's more of a lower vibration. And yes, the children are much more wide open, and especially a lot of the children that are coming into the planet right now. If you look up crystalline child or indigos, you'll see how sensitive they are and how they come in with this distinct inner knowing. And, you know, it's like the term that we always coined was old soul. And they kind of are. They're very, very purposeful. At the core level, they really know kind of what they're here to do. And they are so smart and so bright, but they have to learn how to be human more. They have to learn how to get along with their peers that maybe they don't intellectually resonate with, but they're kind of stuck with them. And my baby always says there is a dark guy in her room. So in that particular case, you know, what I would suggest is to find somebody that does house clearings, because they're really established with this. And, you know, you can talk to this particular entity and have him, you know, go away. Call in Archangel Michael and have him, you know, it's not, if there's a being in the home, it's not always a negative or lower vibrating person. It's, if she's that intuitive, it could be that she's seeing her guides, but it could be a spirit. My son, when he was little, he had two in the house that they would come and go through the house. And when we first moved there, I had to clear them, but they came right back because I wasn't very experienced at it. But they were never like negative, but they liked his energy. He was wide open, and I totally resonate with the fear of that, because you're just like, what is this? Why are you talking to my child? I'm trying to sleep. You need to leave him alone. But they were very loving, and just, yeah, so she's 4. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a perfect human thing to be kind of worried, you know, about a situation like that. So what I suggest is find someone that does house clearings. They can come in and talk to, you know, or a medium come to talk and try to, you know, talk to that person, see who they are, what they're all about, and, you know, try to put in some placements of clearing that house a little bit. I would recommend that. So with the dreams, you're very welcome, very welcome. So with the dreams, pay attention to what you want to happen in your dream. I purposefully dream, if you want to call it that. And oh, you're very welcome, Amanda. And then, so what I say is kind of like, you know, I go into it and I say to myself and to my teachers and guides and angels, depends on what I want to experience. And if I don't know, I just say, put me somewhere fun, exciting, that's going to teach me something for my highest good. And then, you know, all bets are off. I don't know what's going to happen. And it's always a beautiful dream. And, there's always a fun lesson for me to help see something. And that's perfectly normal. Sometimes the question is, what if you can't remember them? A lot of times I don't either. But when I wake up in the morning, I get bits and pieces. It's like I remember, you know, very spottiness, or I get the feeling I rested really well, or a feeling like I was uplifted. I write that stuff down. You know, there's some days that, you know, I don't know either, and that's okay too. Thanks for coming back, Michelle. So, but write down what you're experiencing, because it helps you develop not just your intuition, but how you're getting the information. It helps you determine that. And, you know, the biggest part is trust. Trust what you're getting is accurate. So I always work with the angels and God and Source and my guides, and I always ask for the highest. You know, protect me from things that are not, and keep things in the highest, and for my highest good, because that's where I'm interested in learning from a very divine high perspective that is really to help support, love, and nurture me. And that's what I want everybody else to do too, because that's what you want. You want those types of experiences. So set it. Just like, you know, if you want something in this life, you really set your intention clearly. So same with your dreams. Set it clearly what you want to experience. And if you don't know, then just say, I don't know, but I want the angels, or I want God, I want this to come and show me something that I can use to help my life now. Or show them how to get out of this financial situation and do something that's more in alignment with me. Show me how that happens, and you know, just be open for whatever comes, because it really comes in very strange ways sometimes. You might get angel signs like we talked about yesterday. You might get people talking about certain things and it's a repeated pattern. Patterns are always a message for you. It might be in numbers like we talked about yesterday with thank you for the hearts. That's so amazing. So it might be within numbers, resonating numbers, and that meaning that comes forward to you. So you never know how you're going to get it. And it's always funny to me because when people say something to me, they go, I don't know why I'm telling you this. And I just laugh because I'm like, I do, because I need to hear this, apparently. And apparently you need to experience communicating it, you know? But it is true. Sometimes you think, I have the most. So true. And, you know, it is what it is. And I'm totally open to it, but it does make me laugh because everything is purposeful. Everything. And whether we want to admit that we're not, or, you know, that we're not in our highest alignment sometimes, which is perfectly normal. We're human. What does it mean if you see your own self in a casket and you're visiting your own funeral in a dream? Well, that would be more dream interpretation, and kind of what I get from that. And I have a book over there about dream interpretation. I highly recommend everybody have a really good book on dream interpretation. I'll post it up on my Facebook. So what it means is that you feel there's an end coming to things, and you're sad about the ending. Oh, you can't see the chat. Okay. I'm not sure why. Maybe swipe out or, you know, disconnect and come back in. Yeah, something in death in the time of your life, and you're having a hard time letting go of it. And you've died in a few of your dreams. Interesting. Yeah, and so then what I say is when you have these very distraughtful dreams for yourself, write it down because there's usually an underlying message. It may not be the literal, okay? So when you died in these dreams, you know, how did you feel? And what exactly was going on in your environment? And what was going on in your life at the time? Yeah, so that right there, you had a dream that your baby passed and that you were a total wreck for a few weeks. So, you know, losing somebody close to you has a lot of different, you know, dream interpretation is really interesting. And that's the hard part because sometimes it's very literal, but most of the time it's symbolic. And you can always ask if you don't have a dream. There's Google. I mean, you can Google it. You can buy a book. You can do all those type of things. And what I like to do is I just simply ask. I just say the next night I go, okay, I need to see how that applies to my life. And, you know, as a medium, I get the answers sometimes directly, but a lot of times they'll still want to play in my dreams, and then they'll expand it. So that's why I said earlier, you may not get it all in the first dream. It may be segmented to help you experience the emotions of it, because when you dream something like that, it's very emotional, and you have to get the emotion down so that you can hear and see and feel more. Okay. Well, a dream catcher, I mean, I totally resonate with all Native American symbology, and dream catchers are great. They're not going to hurt anything. It's the intention behind them. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm not sure why it's done that. But, so that's, you know, it's all symbolic. Every single thing that, you know, whether we really rely on our crystals or we like our dream catchers or anything like that, the most important thing I think that you, hey, thank Tinkerbell for coming in. So the thing that, oh yeah, I feel spirit leave my body a lot. I travel out of my body almost every night. Some nights I say, don't do that to me. I just want to rest.